And that is Flow Rider and Whistle on Liverpool Eye Radio. As I say, Jeff Goulding is with us this afternoon. Jeff has written a number of books on Liverpool Football Club down the years. His latest, available to buy, Klopp's Last Stand, Red Odyssey 4. And I believe, Jeff, as the title suggests, this is the fourth book, isn't it, in a chronicle of books about the history of Liverpool Football Club. And I believe that this particular instalment focuses on Klopp's final few seasons from the moment that they won the league title, is that right, back in 2020?
Yeah, so the book, you're absolutely right. The book picks up with Liverpool winning, in the aftermath of Liverpool winning the league, still sort of locked in the middle of COVID crisis and lockdown. And it takes us all the way through to Klopp's final game. In fact, it takes us all the way through to the evening with Jurgen Klopp on Liverpool waterfront. And it was quite an interesting experience writing that book, because my kind of process is I make copious notes, and the reason I do that is so that when I come to actually bring the book together and write the book, I've really got a good insight into how I was actually feeling at that time and what was going on in the news and what was going on around the games at the time. And looking back at those early games after we'd won the title, it's kind of really brought home to me how difficult those times were. And although we will always remember the Klopp era as being, glorious chaos and absolutely magical, and, we all love him, he managed us through some of the most difficult times in our history, I think. And that's something that comes out in the book that I wasn't expecting when I sat down to write it.
And that also includes, of course, the drama surrounding the Champions League final in Paris, of course, and then also the bombshell announcement earlier this year that he was leaving the club.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was, I went to Paris. I didn't have a ticket. My son had a ticket. We both travelled separately. I travelled down there, and it was a hilarious journey to Paris in the back of a van with seats that weren't properly bolted into the floor. So we popped loose every time the van slammed on. It was a real cannonball run to Paris, and we were ready for a festival of football. My plan was to enjoy the fan parks and then go and find a bar somewhere quiet to watch the game. My son had his tickets. We were lucky enough to meet up. He parted company with me, really good time. And then while I'm watching the game later on that evening, I'm getting text messages from people at home, text messages from him describing the horror that was unfolding. It really was an awful time, and many Reds, and my son included, and me, really reluctant to travel abroad anymore, because, what should have been a festival of football turned out to be an absolute nightmare.
And of course, this comes out in the book as well. You talk about the highs and also the lows as well. It's been a real labour of love, this, isn't it? Because if you've got the passion to support a football club all your life, then, as you say, to make notes and to effectively store your thoughts on paper for when you write the book, and then you've got that process of putting it all out there on paper, it's a real labour of love.
It is, and like most writers who write about football, I have a day job as well, and a family. So yes, fitting in the time to actually, write a book that is some 80, 90, 100,000 words, takes a lot of effort and takes up a lot of your time. So you can't do that without the passion. And actually, I think hopefully that passion comes through on the page as well, and people feel really engaged with the content.
And you're going to be at Waterstones here in Liverpool City Centre, I believe, on Monday, the 11th of November. There's a special event going on there at 6:30 where anyone listening to the programme can come along, get a copy of the book, and just tell me a little bit more about what's going to be going on at Waterstones.
No problem. So tickets are available via Waterstones Liverpool website. If you just go on there and type in Jeff Goulding events, then you'll get the page. I'm going to be there with Steve Hunter from Liverpool FC TV. So Steve's going to be doing an interview with me, and then we'll do a Q&A from the audience. And then obviously I'm there to sign any books if people want to purchase the books. And for me, it's just going to be lovely to sort of celebrate the publication of the book with other Reds, other football supporters, and share that experience with them.
And if somebody wants to get a copy of the book, it's out, available now, is that right?
Yeah, you can get the book now, so you can purchase it online or in store. So it's obviously available in Waterstones Liverpool 1. It's also available online via the usual outlets, Amazon, WH Smith and so on. Also via Pitch Publishing's website as well.
Excellent. Well, I wish you continued good luck with that as well, and enjoy the Waterstones event. I'm sure it's going to be a brilliant night as well.
Really looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, listen, Jeff, it's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
You too.
Hopefully we'll get you back in again on a Saturday in the next few weeks, few months, whatever, and we can continue the conversation about Liverpool's season. We'll see whether we're still as positive as we are now in a couple of months to come. But really good to talk to you. Jeff Goulding, as I say, written a number of books on Liverpool. The most recent one, Klopp's Last Stand, read Odyssey 4. And good to talk to you.